Call the regular meeting of Monday, February 9th, 2026 to order. We have an agenda in front of us. Do we have any late items? No. Can I get a motion to approve the agenda as presented? Moved by Councillor Randhawa, seconded by Mayor Pond. Any discussion? All in favor? Agenda is approved. Now we have on the agenda an opportunity for public comment regarding agenda items for members of the public. If anybody would like to come forward and speak to any item that is currently on the agenda, this is not an opportunity for a back and forth or for council to answer questions, but it is an opportunity if anyone would like to speak to anything. This would be your time. Not seeing a mad rush to the microphone. So we will move on to the consent agenda. Before you, we've got some council meeting minutes for approval, reports for receipt from planning, as well as from the fire chief, some correspondence for receipt from the North Coast Regional District, a letter from Northern Health and First Nations Health in respect to BC's decriminalization pilot, a letter from a member of the community about a municipal-owned grocery store, and correspondence for approval, which would be a proclamation for February 16th to 22nd as Heritage Week, and a request for proclamation of March 26th as International Purple Day for Epilepsy Awareness. Can I get a motion to accept all members of the consent agenda for either approved or received as requested? Moved by Councillor Adey, seconded by Councillor Cunningham. Any discussion on any items? Mayor Pond.
Yeah, I'd like to move that we pull the letter with regards to the grocery store from the consent agenda for discussion.
Thank you. Can I get a second to that? Seconded by Councillor Adey. Any discussion? All in favor of pulling it? All in favor, so that has happened. So I'll pull that out of this conversation now. So everything with the exception of that letter. Any comments on anything that's in there? Not seeing any. The motion on the floor is to accept everything on there. All in favor? That has moved. Mayor Pond, you wanted to pull out the letter from Sharon Grattan about a request for council consideration of a municipally owned grocery store for Prince Rupert. Over to you.
Thank you. I now move that we not instruct staff to pursue this, and I'll see if there's a seconder to that.
Is there a second to that? Seconded by Councillor Adey. Moved by Mayor Pond, seconded by Councillor Adey. Speaking to your motion.
Yeah, listen, I'm sympathetic to what the author is trying to achieve. I think the methodology would not produce the results that we want for several reasons. One is if the municipality suggests that it's going to get into the grocery business, we're likely to scare away those that might be looking to come to town. Who wants to compete with the municipality using tax dollars? But secondly, I think we'd be really terrible at it. The grocery business is a very thin margin business, and it's just not something that we're well wired to do. We work, and our staff work really well in regulated, union, relatively high wage environments. I think we would just do a terrible job. I go back to when the community had a co-op grocery store, and the co-op wasn't able to continue to operate that grocery store in competition to the brands. And so I think our energy would be better off trying to attract more competition to the community. I think our efforts would be so that's why I wanted to pull it out. I do agree that the more that could be done to buy local, the more that could be done to grow local. I'm in favor of all of that. I just I think we need to stick to water pipes and roads and potholes and those sorts of things. That's my purpose.
Thank you. Councillor Niche?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think we're not municipalities aren't set up to be in the grocery business. In fact, I think that most businesses we should be staying out of. That's a kind of a free market for businesses to be in, and not for a municipality to compete against. If we want to attract future businesses, I think that we're best to put our efforts into helping attract people to come to Prince Rupert versus competing against them. So yeah, I'm in agreement with the mayor on that.
Thank you. Not seeing any other hands. All in favor of the motion? Any opposed? Motion is carried. Moving on in the agenda, we have a report from the Economic Development Officer about an application for the Cultural Infrastructure Program. And the recommendation is that council resolve to support staff's funding application to the following grant application from the Northern Development Initiative Trust, or NDIT, Cultural Infrastructure Program. Can I get a motion? Moved by Councillor Adey, seconded by Councillor Cunningham. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. Report B, report from the planning in respect to a development variance permit number 26-01 for 1524 Omineeka Avenue, and the recommendation is that council proceeds with the statutory notification process for development variance permit DVP 2601. Can I get a motion to that effect? Moved by Councillor Randhawa, seconded by Councillor Niche. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. C, we have a report from the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer in respect to 331 8th Avenue East, remedial action order in respect to lot 17 and 18, block 25, section 6, district lot 251, range 5, Coast District Plan 923, PIDs 014-538-857 and 014-538-865 as the property, and you've got various recommendations there. Can I get a motion to accept the recommendations as presented? Moved by Councillor Adey, seconded by Councillor Randhawa. Any conversation or discussion? Okay, seeing none. Oh, sorry, Councillor Cunningham.
On all three of these remediation orders, it's long coming. Two of these houses have been in this state for 4 or 5 years. And I don't even know why we're giving them as much time as we're giving them. I hope the timelines will be followed strictly, because this is just getting ridiculous. These two of these houses in particular have been brought to our attention over and over and over again, to the point where, you get sick and tired of hearing it.
Deputy Miller.
Thank you for the question. Just in respect to that, anytime a property owner then approaches the city with a plan to fix their property, we're required by law to cease the process. However, that is no longer the case. Two of these properties defaulted to tax sale, and so we are not quite the owner, but soon to be, and the court process will commence providing the resolutions passed this evening.
Thank you. Councillor Cunningham?
So the way this is written up, if they come and say they're going to fix it up and come up with a plan to fix it up, they've got 12 months according to the order. Where does that go?
Deputy Miller?
Thank you. There will be very strict requirements under the order if the property owners or a representative presents himself. There is a 10-day window once council passes this in order for that to happen. At least two of the properties, are estates. with no representation at this time. So the likelihood that someone is going to come forward within 10 days to challenge the order is slim. The way these are written now, we will be requesting legal go to court as soon as possible to proceed.
Thank you. Councillor Niche?
Yeah, I'll just add to it. I mean, the reality is that, well, two of these properties have been in this state of disrepair for decades, not even, a few years. And, there's a lot of property around this town that could be in the same position as this, which I'm sure we'll see in the future on future council meetings. But, yeah, I mean, I don't see anything happening anytime soon on these ones from anyone because they are in such disrepair, and I can't see anyone coming forward with a plan to fix them.
Thank you. Any further comments or questions? So all in favor of the motion? Any opposed? Motion has passed. D, report from the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer in respect to 231 11th Avenue East, Remedial Action Order Lot E, Block 2, District Lot 251, Range 5, Coast District Plan 4069, PID 008-873-119. There's a variety of recommendations there. Can I get a motion to accept all the recommendations as presented? Moved by Councillor Randhawa, seconded by Councillor Adey. Deputy Miller.
Just a quick point, the address is 234.
Apologies.
No worries. I just don't want 231 thinking I'm coming for their property.
Thank you.
234.
With the correction that this is in respect to 234. Thank you. Any conversation? Any questions? No? All in favor of the motion? Any opposed? Motion is carried. E, report from the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer in respect to 1056 8th Avenue East, Remedial Action Order, Lot A, Block 39, District Lots 251 and 1992, Range 5, Coast District Plan 1899, Accept Plan 6862, PID 012-594-792. A variety of recommendations for this one as well. Can I get a motion to accept the recommendations as written? Moved by Councillor Niche, seconded by Councillor Cunningham. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. We now move on to Section 7, Bylaws. City of Prince Rupert Highway Road Closure Bylaw 3664, 2026. And the recommendation is that council give third reading to the City of Prince Rupert Highway Road Closure Bylaw number 3664, 2026. Can I get a motion to that? Councillor Adey, seconded by Councillor Randhawa. Any discussion? Councillor Adey.
We did have the public meeting on this at 6 o'clock earlier this evening, and there was no public present. However, a question was raised regarding whether, if you look at the map, the implication is that George Hills Way would be closed to traffic going by breakers, and so a question was asked about that, or clarification was offered that the closure is on paper only and that traffic will continue through there. So first of all, I'd just like to clarify that my understanding is correct on that. And then I have a question.
Thank you, Deputy Miller.
Thank you. Absolutely. At this point, the bylaw is a paper exercise. We will not be closing the road until such time as we are opening the new one.
Thank you. Councillor Adey.
Then my question is, because a road is legally closed, does that create liability issues with regard to traffic accidents that may occur on that stretch of road?
Thank you, Deputy Miller.
Thank you. No, the road is for all intent and purposes completely unchanged. It's a paper exercise to allow the municipality to close the road. It doesn't mean we are going to close the road. It just allows us to, but the risk mitigations are all the same.
Thank you. Any further questions? Not seeing any. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion is carried. Next, we move on to council roundtable. This is an opportunity for members of council to discuss anything that they would like. Councillor Randawa.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, like I saw today our city crew working on the potholes. So that's like a big issue, and I think we should keep on continue until we do finish all.
Thank you. Deputy Miller, may I go to Director Schmidt?
Absolutely.
Director Schmidt, I hear there's been some really great work by your team.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have a dedicated crew to potholes. We're working hard to keep up with it. It's been an unusual hard winter for Rupert, so the roads are showing the efforts of freeze, thaw, and snow plowing operations. We did actually just get a new innovative piece of equipment to help us patch potholes with hot mix, not just cold mix in the rainy environment. So we're hoping to put that to use coming up here, and we're hoping the community will see us filling even more.
Thank you. And just a reminder, people that come across a pothole can fill out on the app or on the website to notify that there's a pothole.
That is correct. And also if it is along the highway. So O'Brien's looks after the highways running through town. And you can call them at 1-800-561-5822. So I know that came up last council meeting. So that is the number to reach out for them to report a pothole to them. On top of the online reporting, we welcome calls directly to Public Works as well, and that helps us address them as well.
Thank you very much. Okay, Councillor Adie.
In between tonight and our next council meeting, the town will be turned upside down by the All-Native Basketball Tournament. So I would just like to extend my best wishes to all of the players, their families, and the people that will be coming into town, that it be an exciting, injury-free, and memorable event.
Thank you. Councillor Cunningham.
While we're on remediation orders, the former regional RCMP building, what's happening with that? It's in violation of some bylaws right now with plywood everywhere. The back doors kicked in and things like that.
Deputy Miller.
Thank you very much. I do understand from the planning department that the owners are working with them and the building department to bring the property up to an acceptable standard.
Thank you. Mayor Pond.
Yeah,
Welcome.
I just want to, comment that the reason I'm on the video this evening is, and that you're in the chair, is, first of all, that's the way the bylaw works. If I'm not in the room, I can't chair the meeting, and that's quite appropriate. But I'm in Juneau right now, in Juneau, Alaska. CAO Pucci will be joining me tomorrow. We are up here for Southeast Conference mid-session with really several objectives, but the primary one is to discuss with people the return of the Alaska Ferry into Prince Rupert. And we also want to talk, of course, the opportunities around the Port of Prince Rupert and also around cruise. And so we'll be here for the next few days. I'll be returning to the community on Friday.
Thank you. Any final comments from members of council, council roundtable? And my apologies, Mayor Pond and Councillor Niche, I neglected to point out that you're both joining us today by Zoom, so thank you. No, then with that, I will move to a motion to adjourn today's meeting, moved by Councillor Cunningham, seconded by Councillor Adie. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion, meeting is